Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, I'm stoked you're here. Today, I've got a very cool overview review to bring you guys, and this is an EDC fixed blade that came into the channel courtesy of Vero Engineering, Joseph Vero, and I think when he saw me handle this knife at Blade Show, uh, this past year, he knew that I was going to be pretty hard to pass on one of these. But anyway, I brought it in to check it out. And yes, I love it more than I thought and anticipated that I would. So there are not a lot of negatives that are going to be in this review. If you were here for that, I apologize. It's really going to be a doting review over a knife that I think is engineered perfectly for EDC. And if you are a fan of Vero's knives, of Vero Engineering's the Axon, the Synapse, the Impulse, just kind of that design elegance and that design language, you will be a fan of the Axon Fixed Blade. Before I get started, I want to take a quick second and thank the channel members. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you all. And I want to invite any of you who happen to be coming through, checking out the knife content, if you like it and you'd like to be notified when I release new content or go live on live streams and help the channel out, if you're so inclined, please hit that subscribe button and that bell notification icon. It'll help me out more than you know. And if you're over on Instagram and you want to connect over there, I'm the same handle as I am here at jevans underscore knife addict underscore in the life. So the Vero Axon fixed blade. First thing I noticed when I picked it up, not having it close to my regular Axon, was that it seemed smaller. And I think that's because the package in the handle is thinner. It's a full tang M390 construction. This is a beautiful hand satin horizontal grind on this blade. The only marking on this blade at all is the production number, number 225, and then Vero right here on the blade. I have not been able to find any other marking, but I'm sure if I took those scales off, it would probably have the blade steel somewhere hidden in there, but that's not something I'm really that into. But just to give you an idea, one of my favorite Vero knife, the one that's still in my collection, is the Vero Axon. And if you look at the Vero Axon liner lock next to the Vero Axon fixed blade, they're right about the same size. The Axon actually has a longer cutting area, about the same size blade, and it has, with that choil, I'm going to say just about the same amount of choke up area. On the Axon folder, I can choke up to right here, but my grip is kind of dictated to be right here. And that's where the jimping kind of allows me to be as well. So I'm going to move that out of the way. I love this knife. And take a look at this one again. So, well, let's look at it in comparison real quickly at the handle. So you've got about the same length blade, but you've got a longer cutting area because the cutting area comes the whole length of the blade. And then you've got this really nice forward finger choil and this neutral backside of the grip. Not unlike what you have on the Axon, but it's just been refined, and I think it's been optimized for a fixed blade grip. I've been carrying this pocket like a champ. It came and comes with a wonderful clip system that allows you to carry it in waistband, outside of waistband. You can carry it horizontal. You can carry it scout. You can carry it cantered, 45 degrees, or any segment in there between. I happen to have another ulti clip here, and I put the ulti clip on it, and I've been carrying it in my back pocket of my 511s. My that have a clip pocket, and it just rides great there. The ulti clip keeps it in that pocket. I'm not sitting on the knife. It's not jabbing me in the side. It's just very comfortable to carry, very easy to access, and it's just been a great knife. let's get a piece of my subscriber sent in copy paper. And I have cut nothing hard with this knife yet, but I have cut paper with it. And I can tell by not only the blade geometry, but the grind and the thinness behind the edge and how well it works through paper, that this knife would do great around a campfire, if you were having to prep a meal out in the woods, if you were having to use it, heaven forbid, for self-defense. Yes, it doesn't have a pokey tip, but it's very, very long and very slashy. It doesn't need a pokey tip, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. So the other knife I've got in that came from Vero Engineering is the Mini Axon, which is also available on their site. So if you look at these three knives in comparison, the fixed blade is kind of right in there with the liner lock Axon. I don't have a frame lock Axon, and it's going to be a little bit bigger than that little mini frame lock Axon, which is a fantastic knife. Let's do a couple of quick size comparisons, and then we'll look at it next to some other fixed blades. But let's look at it next to the Cold Steel 4MAX. It's going to be smaller than the 4MAX. Let's look at it next to the Civivi Baby Banter. It's going to be bigger than the Civivi Baby Banter. Let's see how it compares with Benchmade Bug Out that you might have in your collection. Just a hair longer than the Benchmade Bug Out. Maybe right around the same size. And then the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. This is about a ½ inch longer than the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. So in the best measurement English I can give you, we'll take out the Javon promotional tape measure, and I'll see that this knife comes in right about 7 3/4 overall, with a blade length, if you're taking the whole blade, of 4 inches, right under 4 inches, we'll say 3 3/4, with a cutting edge of right over 3.5, right between 3.5 and 3 3/4. That's my scientific measurement, and I'm sticking with it. And then the grip from the back of the handle to the front of the choil is 3 3/4. So from right here to right here is 3 3/4. Anywhere in between, you've got a lot of grip there. You've got a lot of grip, even if your pinky has to come over, if you've got a larger hand. But for me, it just feels wonderful in the hand. And then the height of the blade is 1.25 inches at its tallest point. And then, since this is considerably smaller, let's see what the blade stock on my Axon is. 0.1425. .1420. So right around the same blade stock. Right here at the sharpening bevel, 0.0035. .0050. And then the handle, which is going to be considerably thinner, is 0.45. And on my liner lock, it is 0.56. So a little over ½ inch there. It's going to be a good bit under ½ inch on the fixed blade. So comparing this to a couple of my medium, I guess you'd say large size EDC carries, one I wanted to break out was the White River Small Game. And the Axon is going to come in a little longer, but a good bit thinner. It's going to come in thinner, but much longer than the little one by Viper Knives. Come in just a little longer than the Small Game by White River. And then the SE3, it is going to be about 1/4 of an inch shorter than, and it's going to come in a good bit thinner than. And the Bradford Guardian 3, it's going to be about an inch shorter, and again, much thinner package than any of these three knives. The blade steel is going to be about the same all the way through the tang. It's just going to be that you've got a leaner handle in the Vero. And guys, that is, in a nutshell, my overview / review of the Vero Axon Fixed Blade. It's a knife that I'm absolutely in love with. I am right now in the process of figuring out how to buy this knife or a knife just like this. Weighs 2.15 ounces, very light. If I put it in the sheath with the Ulti clip, packs out at 3.20 ounces. Guys, that's a light knife. Carries like a dream. Cuts like a champ. Very, very well done. I didn't know how much I was going to like this knife, how it was going to make me feel, seeing as I've got so many darn fixed blades. But I can tell you, with the Axon kind of being my soft spot in Vero's line, this knife's definitely gonna have to find a way, or a knife like it, to be part of my collection. Guys, I appreciate you checking out the video. I hope you found it informative. I know these are on DLT and a couple of other sites. Check them out, grab them up. They're under 300 bucks. They're well done. Please, please look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. Please look out for each other. Go forward with love in your heart. Choose to debate, not hate. I love you all. Peace.